Once upon a time, in the kingdom of Virginia and the principality of Orange, there lived a handsome young prince. His name was Argo, and his residence was Castle Tivoli, where many fine chargers were training for jousting and battle. What Prince Argo lacked in physical stature, he more than made up for in courage and chivalry, for he single-handedly slew the dreaded ground dragon. But in the springtime of the year, when the swans were gliding on the royal moat, a young prince's fancy turns away from dragons and battle, and inclines more towards matters of love. Across the way, at Castle Chateau-d'Ibert, lived a most lovely princess. Her name was Pearl, and her radiant beauty was only outdone by her intellect and willingness to bring favor upon her father's court. For every day she fetched the royal herald from the street of walls. She also pursued the mighty squirrel in the royal wood. Her father, who feared for her safety, employed the Lord High Sheriff, Baron Plushensee von Plushcott, Earl of Baxter, to protect his daughter from any untoward advances from young men. Baron von Plushcott took his job most seriously and patrolled the castle walls by night and day. His lack of a sense of humor was only outdone by his attitude of haughty superiority. "No levity and nonsense here," he proclaimed. Prince Argo was not to be thwarted. He came a-calling. And despite the Lord High Sheriff, it was love at first sight. And so the two courted under the watchful eye of the Earl of Baxter. But then, from his own castle came a saucy strumpet, the Lady Simone, who shamelessly sought to steal the attentions of Prince Argo away from Princess Pearl. Round and round they fought, that common scullery wench and the lovely Lady Pearl, and it must be said that Prince Argo somewhat enjoyed this competition for his attentions. And then there was Prince Henry of Tivoli, who also expressed interest in Princess Pearl. Let's just say that Prince Henry's lack of intellectual acuity was only outdone by his fondness for fine food and strong drink. Meanwhile, Prince Argo had been lured by other temptations, namely the conquest of the magic baton. And more importantly, the thing that superseded love itself, the green, golden orb. Yes, love is one thing, but the green golden orb is something much more. He or she who possesses it will forever rule the realm. And so it came to pass that the mighty chargers at Castle Tivoli were called away to battle, and Prince Argo was to follow them to the kingdom of Floride. And that brazen hussy, Simone, followed him. Princess Pearl spent the whole winter mourning the departure of her lover. "O Argo, Argo, wherefore art thou, Argo?" she sighed. But then one day, the following spring, a day much like the day they first fell in love, Prince Argo came home to Castle Tivoli and was reunited with his lovely princess. And with the Lord High Sheriff Baron Pluschensee von Pluschgott's albeit reluctant blessing, they were married. And so they both lived happily ever after, until, of course, they were lured away again by the magic green golden orb.